And Emma, did you have a question?
So given that war veterans sacrifice so much for their country, what do you feel, or how do you feel that us as students and members of society can help contribute to a better quality of life for war veterans?
So that's a great question. I watched a corporal from Afghanistan approach the Prime Minister and ask a question, and Mr. Trudeau said that we didn't have enough to give, that the Canadian government didn't. So from my perspective, veterans plates. You see a veterans plate? Wave. Remembrance Day. Poppy on the ground? Pick it up. Right? Stop and think about what we have. Here's a simple one. Clean, sterile drinking water. Nobody here has a fear of going to a tap to drink from water. And if you think about what we do in Canada, we put clean, sterile drinking water in the washrooms and dirty it and get rid of it. We wash our cars with it, we fill our swimming pools with it, we water our lawn with it. We complain about the price, but nobody here has to worry about taking a glass and drinking and getting sick. So when you take that next drink of water, think about it's clean, it's pure, it's sterilized, and in some of the places where we've trained and been, they don't have that. So all I ask is a simple recognition that you have more than some people have in other parts of the world, and stopping and pausing and saying, this is wonderful. You know, like if you look at how many calories you can get at McDonald's when you supersize your Big Mac and your fries, I've been to some countries where they don't eat that much in a family in a day. And for $5, I can get 3,000 calories worth of food. We need to stop and understand how much we have. Once people do that, and they understand that somebody else has sacrificed something for them, the world will be better. Because all that we've talked about extra volunteer hours, about mental illness, all those discussions will take place, and veterans passing by will understand that you as young people appreciate what you have.
And Reese, maybe you could have a comment?
I think it's important to remember veterans because you shouldn't forget about them because they gave you a free country and peace and freedom. And you should always respect that for them.
Yeah, and I could personalize that because, you know, and in one way, it's not fair for society to reprimand young people for not remembering what they never experienced. And in the sense of myself, coming from Northern Ireland, I experienced the Civil War. And I saw many of my people shot and killed, just like Mike did. And I saw us not being able to drive our cars and park our cars and go to entertainment in the evening because they would blow those places up. Many of my family members were killed. But you know that when I came to Canada, I think I had a deeper appreciation for Canadian society because I valued what you probably were never challenged about. You folks in Canada are blessed with a wonderful life. And you're blessed with a wonderful life because of people like Mike and people like Frank and all the people that have gone before them in the First, Second, and other wars. That's why we're here today. We're not here to preach. We're just here to say that you should be aware that you have a phenomenal society in this country, one of the best multiracial countries in the world. And sometimes we take it for granted, and I think, Mike, that's the worst sin of all, isn't it?
Agreed. Is that, again, going back to water, and I never want you to experience what other people in other countries have experienced. If you haven't, if you only ever experienced peace, then that's what we've wanted. But we as a group of people need to know that on other sides of the planet, there are people who cannot gather like this to speak their own mind in a free society to openly disagree. I'm not telling you you have to agree with me. The rules are you can disagree with me. But in certain countries, they don't have that. In certain countries, they don't have peace. And when we walk outside today, you will listen to the sound of a peaceful community. You will not hear helicopters or tanks or explosions. You'll hear at a school, and rightfully so, laughter, discussion, bicycles being unchained, and people going about their business. And I hope you never experience the other side of that, but we have to recognize that that is some people's experience.